Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. Oh, it's about 9:30, 20 past 9. I have been awake probably since about 7:30, something like that. Kenzie bought me a cup of tea about 8 o'clock. I've just been laying here catching up on some viewing on YouTube. My favourite channels, which was nice. Thank you all for your very lovely messages yesterday. I was a bit worried that yesterday's vlog was maybe a bit too raw and a bit too honest, but you've all been very lovely about it, so thank you. And I do feel better for my walk with Brendan. It was very sweet of him to come with me and go for that nice long hike. And like I said, I have managed to get an appointment with my counsellor. I haven't actually had an appointment with in years. Oh, excuse me. But every now and then it's good to dip in when things are weird and, you know, or you've got a lot weighing on your shoulders. And this really is just because things are so weird. It's very strange. So I got a Zoom session with her next week, which will be lovely. It'll be nice. Oh, I'm feeling more perky today. I started off well yesterday, but then things just built up. But last night I felt calmer and happier, so hoping today will be a better day. I slept well, woke up a couple of times, but on the whole I slept well. I had a very random dream that my sister Jackie was dating Boris Johnson. Really random. Brought him to some family gathering. Yeah, that was funny. The funniest thing was I had to congratulate him on the birth of his son and ask after his fiancée whilst he was dating my sister. That was very bizarre. But yeah, she messaged me this morning and said, "How did you sleep?" Oh, excuse me. I said, "Yes, very well, thank you. But if you could not please date Boris Johnson and bring him to a family gathering," and really confused me with the whole thing while I'm asking after his fiancée and newborn son, I would be really, really grateful. She's like, right, yes, okay. I'll do that then. But yeah, he's been appearing in my dreams an awful lot of late, and I think it's just because of this situation. Although, to be fair, he's not the one doing a lot of the press briefings, is he, really? Because he's been ill and stuff, and now obviously his wife's given birth, so he hasn't been at the last few or fiance's given birth, he hasn't been at the last couple of press conferences. It's that Dominic, is it Dominic, what's his name, Rahab, or what's the other one? I can't remember what the other guy's called, who's been doing the press conferences. So really, they're the ones that should be cropping up in my dreams. I don't know if they're more suitable dating options for my sister, although her current boyfriend is very nice, so, you know, I think she should stick with that one. She did say that she's had some dodgy boyfriend choices in the past, but the leader of the Tory party is really pushing the bounds. So yeah, that was a giggle we had this morning. Anyway, I should really get up. I've got some work to print out for Kenzie to do from school. We need to practice some English vocab. Yeah, definitely need to practice his English vocab because he's got a test. So we'll go through what the words mean several times and then he could do his test. Oh, so sorry. I know I make you all yawn when I do that, so I'm sorry. What else? He's got some French work to submit if he's not already submitted it. He does have to practice some French vocab and some humanities work. Yeah, that's the other thing. So I need to print the humanities sheets off. But That'll keep us busy for the day. Right, I'll chat to you again in a bit. Yeah, I'm a scrag bag today. Really should have washed my hair. One good thing about lockdown, they seem to be losing weight. Look at these trousers. Even with the belt on their highest thing. Look at that. They don't want to stay up. I have no idea how that is with all the chocolate I've been eating. I guess it's all the exercise, all the walking, long walking I've been doing. Oh well. Right, so today's Humanities is about Hitler. Need to do 8 significant events in Hitler's life and make a film strip of it. So I'll print these out for him. So you've got plant power for science to do, haven't you? So you need to go onto these websites and do what it says on those websites, okay? And it says complete the daily lesson on BBC Bite Size on the leaf and photosynthesis. And then we'll do the quiz at the end. And then you've got humanities. You've got some more design tech. We've still got some maths to work through, haven't we? Yes, we have. Good lad. Well done. Recycling to empty. Some dishes and banana skins to dispose of. Laundry to put in the washing machine. Cup of tea to make. Let's see what the rest of the house is. I need to hoover downstairs. Hello, tortoise. Hoover up old tortoise food that they're clearly not eating. Ooh, the ants. I've found the recycling. Grr, they're on my door. Grr. I've hoovered. I've put dishes in the dishwasher, got rid of the recycling bag and the ants. I am eating some Snacker Jacks, salt and vinegar. Have a cup of tea. Just recapped photosynthesis with Kenzie. He's now doing a quiz on the whole plant topic. He said he was ready for it. I'm not sure if he should have been revising some other bits, but he said he's ready, so he's going to go and do it. Then he's got some other bits to do, and I said I would help him with any of them if he needed help and wanted to do it together, but he's gone upstairs to do it. So I'm going to read for a bit, and then I might look for a documentary on something interesting.
Your turn?
You're not putting anyone in there?
Nope.
Oh, this could finish this, couldn't it? That's 2, 4, 6 points. Hold on, because I've got a bit of gold in there.
Magic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got a gold piece with mushrooms. I got magic mushrooms.
That's nice.
I thought so.
Got things over here.
I could just start a little forest over here, maybe. For me. Yes. Can I change that? I don't want to do that. I want to put it there. Oops. I asked Brendan to check under the table for dropped pieces, and this occurred. He slid off the chair. And was there anything under there?
No.
Oh, well done.
Noted.
What you making? Ooh, crispy bacon strip. Oh, I don't need 2. I only need 1. I'm intertwined.
Yeah, but I melted it a bit too much.
Wait, make him.
Toasty.
Actually, I don't like that. Do you want it? Not quite the same as hot bacon. What, you're having a crispy bacon and barbecue chicken toasty?
And cheese.
And cheese. Yum. I have
put in pulled pork seasoning, beef stock, because I didn't have any chicken stock, and some garlic, because it says chicken stock on the recipe, Kenzie Bear. And then I've got my pan heating up, and I'm going to sear the leg of what am I saying, pork joint, whatever it is that I've got here. That looks perfect.
No, the other side isn't.
Oh, okay.
So that doesn't do as much heat for some reason, so I'll flip it over and
Okay.
see.
I see.
Cooks quite quickly on this side.
Yeah, you don't want to burn it. Nice toasty.
Yeah.
It's pretty disgusting out there today. There's actually a bit of a river running down the road past the house. I can hear it all going down the drains. The bird bath is about to overflow. Oh, and the bird seed's out. Right, so I'm making some marmite bread. So that's everything, all the dry ingredients all mixed together. And then this is diluted marmite, but it's still too hot. I need to let it cool down before I add it. I need to get a wooden spoon so I can mix it when it's ready. Now, apparently this is meant to be a very sticky dough. I've got myself in a sticky situation. It is very sticky. I don't know if I should add more flour. Look, just trying to get it off my hands or just wash this off. It's not very kneadable. What do we think? So the dough is proving at the moment. It's very sticky and I really couldn't knead it. So I was like really trying to work it with this wooden spoon. Kneading wasn't really an option. It did say it would be really sticky. They were not kidding. Anyway, hopefully it'll work out. It's been a while since I've made it, and I do remember it being sticky. Always turned out okay. Anyway, Ratman has called and he has said he'll be here in about half an hour, so we need to go and open up the loft. This is the last treatment. I briefly heard something. Briefly. It was either very early this morning or late last night, I can't remember which. Just a tiny scuttle. I did turn the deterrent off, which we all thought hadn't been working because they were in there. But he said turn it off because that might be stopping them from actually eating the stuff that he's putting up. But either way, they seem to have dissipated considerably since I called him. So something's obviously making a difference. I've had a conversation with one of Brendan's TAs or support workers because we're going to have to do his EHCP review and renewal digitally, so I need to download a video program so that we can do that and get that sorted. But we were just talking about what options there are for next year. She was just wanting to say, am I deferring his apprenticeship a year? And I was like, we just don't know what to do. The problem is he was learning to drive and now he's not learning to drive. We're in a village in the middle of nowhere with one bus that comes, I think, in the morning, and then vice versa, home again. He's really not keen on going into a city, but we'll see. And there's not an awful lot coming up in the local town, which Lee could technically drop him off at on his way home from work and pick him up. So it makes it very difficult. I've had a really big chat with him just now, sort of stood looking out the window at the pouring rain and said, you've talked about wanting to do some sort of engineering, which is completely nothing like he's done before. I've said, you're talking about wanting to work on tractors and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah. And I said, imagine doing it in this weather, standing out there, but then imagine it being winter and you're wet and cold, would you still find that something that you want to do? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And it's the only thing he's consistently said he would like to give a go. But having never tried it, signing up for an apprenticeship, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? He decides he doesn't like it and he doesn't do it after he's been doing it a while. But what's the worst that can happen? He decides he doesn't like it. Really, it's not, you know, not the end of the world, is it? Nothing has to be forever. So what I thought I would do is actually message a friend of mine, Chloe's mum, because Chloe's dad works fixing combines and tractors and everything else, and I don't know if it's something they can do once this social distancing has relaxed a bit. Maybe you can just go and hang out with him for an afternoon or a day and get some idea of what it's like actually to do it, hands-on, physically do it. So he said he would be interested in that, so I just need to see if that's something we can organise. Just a little bit of a, like Chloe comes and hangs out with me for the day, maybe Brendan can go and hang out with Ian for the day. I don't know, we'll see. My head's in a much better space. I mean, I do keep going back to the, let's call it the dark place. The dark place. I do keep going back to that dark spot that causes some panic, but I'm not having the physical reaction as frequently or to the degree that I was having it yesterday. I do feel sick. I'm barely eating. I've had a couple of rice cakes, a banana and a yoghurt. I just can't face anything else. I've got the pulled pork cooking. Doesn't appeal to me. Doesn't appeal to me. But we'll see. When it's cooked, I might feel differently. Marmite bread cooking for Lee and the boys. So, feel a bit more perky today. Trying to keep busy. When the rat man's been, I'll get in the bath, wash my hair, edit this video so far, maybe watch a documentary. I don't know. Motivation is certainly lacking. Definitely more on the... Brendan and I have played that board game. That was really good. We enjoyed that. He seemed... I won, and he didn't really seem to be trying very hard. I think he was doing it to humour me, bless him. Kenzie's been giving me cuddles, which is very sweet, and telling me he loves me. And Brendan's humouring me. They're good boys. They are good boys. They've got real hearts in them, real thoughtful. Yeah, I think it's important that children and teens and stuff see us unhappy sometimes, because it's a real emotion, and to see that we struggle with things is real life. And as long as they're not subjected to that day in, day out with a parent who struggles and they then become the carer of that parent, then as long as it's not to that extent and it's a display of emotions, and I don't think it does them any harm. In fact, I think it does them good to see that adults feel these emotions, and adults aren't always holding it together, and adults are sometimes sad. So I used to worry about trying to hide it from them, but it was impossible when I was in the worst parts. It was really hard for me to hide, because once I start crying I find it really hard to stop. Yeah, so I think it is important for them to see that. And my sister and sister-in-law have said that my nephew has had several emotional purges of late. He's really struggling with it, bless him. Not being able to go to his home ed groups, see his friends, come and hang out with us, see family. There's lots of things he wants to do and he can't do any of it, and he's missing everybody. So he's been having several big emotional purges. And I'm surprised my boys have not, but I think in some ways it's the benefit of autism. They're not really big social bunnies. They're quite happy to lock themselves away into their computery world once, and their YouTubey world once they've done what needs to be done. And it's their way of de-stressing after having to deal with people all day. So And Brendan said something interesting when we were walking yesterday. He said, you need to get a computer game you like, Mum. And I said, but that's your thing and your dad's thing and your brother's thing. My thing's nature. And he said, yeah, but you should find a computer game and that'll help take your mind off things. I said, well, only if it's a computer game that means I have to think. And he said, no, because you go into a computer world and you don't feel anything. And I thought, so that might be why he does it, is because he doesn't have to feel anything. And obviously feelings are quite hard. And feelings are even harder if you're autistic, because you can't process those feelings or make sense of those feelings, or it's harder to understand those feelings. So maybe that's why he's so drawn to his anime and his computer, because he says you don't feel anything. So it's a comfortable numbness for him, maybe. Just thought it was really interesting. Yeah. Right, 10 minutes of me waffling. You don't need any more of that. I'm going to go and open the loft, ready for Ratman to just come on in, come down again, take my money and leave. This is his last visit. Oh, and my tea, which will be going cold. So let's just work on this dance one. Got to keep an ear open for the Ratman. I'll do the typing for you, yeah? And you can do the...
I've partially done tech.
You've partially done tech. You just need to check on something, yeah?
The bed's so comfy.
I know it is. Kenzie's work. See? Right, so that's what we've been working on. Got to dance. Lesson 2. Yep.
Work's exhausting.
Oh, that was exhausting, was it?
Work is exhausting.
Oh, you've done a lot of work today. Okay, so let's see what is required of lesson 2. Write the title. I did that for you. Explain how this group communicate the theme of day and night successfully.
Can we not do that?
We have to do that. It's part of the work. I know, I'm sorry, but it is part of the work. Like high energy. What colour is the confetti?
Gold.
Gold, like the...
Sun.
Excellent. I know you hate this. I know you hate this. But we have to do it. Okay?
That's why I want to be homeschooled.
When you'd not have to do this, would you?
There's no need for dancing.
What else happened while the dance was being all energetic, sun in the background? What were the colours like?
Gold.
Okay, the colours were just gold.
Orange.
Middle of the excitement, everyone's moving fast, all the acrobatics are going on, big smiles on their faces, huge sun in the background, and then it kind of climaxed into something happening on the stage that we talked about.
Confetti.
Confetti. Started last week. Create 2 motifs of your chosen dance idea. These should be a short piece of dance that really shows your dance idea. Consider action, space, and dynamics. Write your how do you write a motif?
You can't, I don't know.
This is still quite quiet, isn't it? Are they still moving like robots here?
Yeah.
And then they speed up?
Uh-huh.
Do you still want them as like robots? And then go back into their jumping?
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
Uh-huh.
Give me your ideas.
That's not enough use of my ideas.
That was all your ideas, was it?
Yeah.
And they're doing their VR. However they do their VR. Is it free flow on what they want to do with their VR? Like they're doing whatever. Now we've got the middle bits.
And everyone stops moving.
So do they all freeze in a position? Do they just stand there like lemons? Do they fall over?
Lemons don't stand.
They do if you balance them.
It's very hard to.
So how are they going to end? So they're currently jumping, doing their VR. How do you want them to stop on the stage at the end of the dance?
In the position they were before the song ended.
It's like they just freeze.
Yeah.
Freeze mid-dance. You just locked your jaw. Right, what movement words are we coming up with now? Let's go.
Jolty, quick, slow,
Hold on.
groovy, fresh,
Jolty,
smooth,
quick. Hold on. Quick, slow, smooth,
ziggity zaggity.
fresh.
It's not smooth wrong, you put smart.
It's fine. I'll sort that in a minute. Ziggity.
No, I'm joking about that one. Ziggity zaggity.
Dynamic content of dance idea. What does that mean? Well, we need to fill in that box, but I don't understand.
You can get rid of it.
Yeah, but it's on the thing that says that's what you need to do.
But if they really want, if they wanted
Here,
to,
look, it
yeah, but if
says,
they wanted us to do
copy
it, they
and
would
complete.
clearly.
Complete the following grid.
What if we just tamper and get rid of that?
Yeah, but we can't because it's part of it.
Not there. See?
It is there, just because you deleted it.
Yeah, no.
I just wobbled my bread. It's deflating. It's going down. That was right up to the top. And now I've just annoyed it. It's deflating. Right, I need to knock all the air out of that. And then leave it again for a bit in a tin. I think my bread rose.
That is some risen
I think
bread.
I've actually made pulled pork. Actually pulling apart, and it actually looks cooked. Holy smokes. That was a bit of a success. I might try and put this crackling in the oven while the bread cooks.
You realise this is going to happen the same way as last time, right?
And see if it goes crispy. Yes, it'll go overly crispy. Wow, pulled pork actually became pulled pork. Lovely. I'll separate all that then. Yeah, that's good pulled pork. That went well. That I've dried off a bit with kitchen roll, and I've put loads of salt on it. I'm going to see if I can crackling it up a bit. It might not work, but we'll give it a go. Is it a very juicy pulled pork?
Probably we don't have the dripping thing where you scoop it out and you leave it to drip for a little bit.
Yeah.
Over something.
But I wanted to keep it moist. You're right there. That's exactly what he did. He choked on it as well. Does the taste okay?
It's hot seasoned liquid.
Hot seasoned liquid. Kenzie, you animal!
I don't think the liquid's meant to be kind of eaten quite with it like this.
Should I drain it off a bit?
Probably come take a bite. It's a bit strange having all the extremely seasoned liquid.
Okay. It's very, very fluffy and soft. You said it's cakey, didn't you?
Yeah, so it's very cake-like, very
Yes.
light cake. It's not a heavy bread at all.
No. It was full of air. It rose really well twice. So maybe that's why. Success? You're going to taste it. You've got to taste it yet. Go on then, cut yourself a piece.
It's going to be very...
A slice of cake.
cake bread.
Cake bread. Is that okay? Yeah?
Definitely taste the marmite.
That's a plan. Well, it's very fluffy. Very light, fluffy. Marmitey. Yeah? Excellent. The sun's out at last. It's only, what's the time, dear?
It's 7 o'clock on the dot.
7 o'clock on the dot. Oh my goodness, where did the last few hours go? 7 o'clock on the dot. It's finally stopped absolutely torrential raining, which it was when you got home, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And it's now sunny. So hopefully it will stay that way. My friend turned up today. I haven't seen him in ages, and he just threw 2 pots of ice cream at me. I tell you what, I messaged him because he was kind of rushing past and threw the ice cream at me and couldn't really stop to talk. I messaged him and said he must have known I really needed an ice cream fix or something to cheer me up fix. That was so sweet. It sort of brought a lump to my throat. Very sweet. So we've got ice cream to enjoy later. And the bread, as you saw, was a success. And the pulled pork was a success. And we've got some left over for tomorrow as well. The crackling didn't work. It was very stodgy and full of grease and fat. So most of that ended up in the bin. Anyway, that's it for now. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.